Welcome back. Making news this morning, a rural Queensland kindergarten has introduced pretend firearm licences for toy guns.
To obtain a gun licence, preschoolers, this is such a strange sentence to say, are taught to shoot at targets such as fake dingoes and foxes. So let's bring in Shelly Horton and James Law from news.com.au to discuss this. Shelly, these kids are 3 to 4 years old. They are in a very rural area. There's
just near Kingaroy.
Kilkivan.
Yeah, and
I know it well.
Is it appropriate to do this?
Okay, so this is the crazy thing where I kind of ruined my own argument because I have been on the show before saying no guns and all that sort of thing. I know Kilkivan, it is nothing but farms, and they will have rifles. So they don't have semi-automatics or anything like in America. And I kind of think that this licence is almost a way of teaching them that if there is a gun around, that you can only shoot at, things. It says targets and the ground and foxes and dingoes, because that's what they're actually shooting on the farms. So I actually think that this might be okay as an educational program when there are going to be guns present in their farms. Mm-hmm. I know, and I'm a little bit conflicted because they're babies.
I'm not saying anything, I'm just looking at you.
You're looking at me.
No, I'm just listening to
Those
you.
were judgy eyes.
No, I was born with these eyes.
They're great eyes. Let's bring James in. I kind of get what you're saying, Shelley, but as a mother of a son, what I've noticed with boys, and girls obviously as well, but there's this thing that's innate. They'll pick up a stick and sort of use it for a time as a gun. They'll pick up a long roll from the alfoil that's finished. I mean, they kind of, boys do this. I wonder if this is totally overthinking it and overcomplicating it and putting ideas into their head that might not be there.
Yeah, you're dead right, Georgie. Here's the thing. I think that the whole point about this gun licence is it's on the idea that if we have kids with guns, that they're going to turn out to be violent. I think that's where this all comes from. And that, I just think, is a complete fallacy. And, certainly there's no evidence that proves that kids who play with guns turn out to be people who might shoot a gun at another human. So I think that's where it comes from. I think it's complete overkill. It's unnecessary.
For want of a different...
Yeah, and I think it is innate in boys, but they grow out of it, Like, I used to play with guns. I haven't turned out to be violent. And, I think that they mean well in terms of the safety stuff, but it's completely unnecessary.
But don't you think there's a difference between picking up a stick and playing with sticks and then you have guns in the home? Like, I think that's the difference. Like, there were no guns in my home. I can understand my brother that it's fine for him to pick up sticks and play with that. But if you've got kids that have, there are rifles.
They should be taught about guns,
homes.
but this is in the preschool playground. Yeah. Let kids be kids.
All right, let's move on.
All right. It's been revealed the secret to a happy marriage is for partners to swap traditional male-female chores. Let's have a look.
Cooking, cleaning, back-breaking yard work. They're the chores that help keep our happy homes in order. And that to-do list could also hold the secret to a happy marriage, simply by changing things up.
So here's how it works. A chore swap, doing the things your partner would normally do.
Up for the challenge, Heather Wittenberg and Travis Lindquist. First on Mom's to-do list, Heather gets Beatrice ready for school. Then they're off to the bus stop. 2 morning duties normally done by Dad before some morning yard work. For Dad, Travis starts off packing lunch for Beatrice before cooking breakfast for the boys, before the sweeping, mopping, and...
All right, time to clean the toilet.
Nobody's favorite.
It's interesting to kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
You really do see what they go through in order to get it done, even though it may look easy.
The other person in the partnership is probably doing a lot more than you're giving them credit for.
James, I don't know what household that is in America where it's so wonderfully sexually delineated their chores. But I basically, and Lisa and I, sometimes it's days of one of us doing all the chores and days of one of us doing all the chores. But let's say...
Yeah, well, you have a happy marriage. There you go.
Well, I just had to keep my wife happy as well. But, swapping chores, is that going to make marriages happier?
I think that this misses the point. I understand why there is tension in marriages around chores, but I don't think it's about who's necessarily doing what. I think when you run into problems when people have different standards, right? Okay. So perhaps the wife has higher standards of cleanliness and the man is happier to let things be, well kept but not spotless. that's where the issues come from.
I feel
think.
you there, man.
You've been there?
I feel you.
Yeah.
Because jokes aside, Shelley, the reality is women are still doing the bulk of household chores.
In the bulk of households, in my household, my husband does everything. I married a really good one. He even calls himself man wife, but he likes it done a certain way. So that's again the standards. I'm a little bit more relaxed about it. I didn't even know where the vacuum cleaner was for the first year or two. So I'm very lucky. What I think for other marriages, it would be a great way of just appreciating what the other person does.
Yeah,
and
maybe
the
that's
time
the
that
way.
it takes. So maybe it's just about appreciating each other. And Darren, I appreciate you.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Please never stop vacuuming.
Let us know what you're doing at home. You know, please swap us whatever you want to swap at home. But let us know all about it on Twitter and Facebook. James and Shelley, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks.
All right, in our next hour.